Good morning, guys. Hope you're well. Welcome to the 7th leg of our trip down to Barcelona. We are currently at Nazaire, which is here, and we're going to be flying down to La Rochelle, which is here. So 79 nautical miles, pretty straightforward, except the weather isn't great. Let's jump into the sim. Oops. And on pause. So here we are. I hope that's not too loud. Now we are ready to go. I've done all the checklists, and like I said, this thing is already running. The only thing I haven't done, actually, which I'll do now, is I'll just activate the wind. And the other thing I need to do is, of course, the flight plan. So let's just quickly do that. La Rochelle. That's the one. And let's just put 8,000. I'm not quite sure what the weather is doing in terms of up there. Okay, so we'll just taxi on out. Okay, got a slight issue now with SPAD not doing its job. Let me just have another quick look. Sometimes you have to reactivate things. Yep, okay, that's now working. Alright, so we're going to taxi probably out this way. There's more space. We're on the grass, but doesn't matter. That's fine. So, how's it all been going? Hopefully you will notice that, well, let me show you. We've got some pretty nice frames for this kind of weather. I've been sort of messing around with overclocking, and I've managed to get, I think, pretty good results. It's a bit high, isn't it? That'll do. Oops. Yeah, so getting on average 40 to 50 frames, which is kind of cool, especially when you've got weather like this. Okay, so as ever, struggling with the taxi here. But it's a lot smoother. So I've overclocked the CPU to 4.6 gigahertz, and it's made a world of difference. I was previously at 4.1, and all I did was I reapplied some thermal paste and just slightly more aggressive with the overclock, and it seems to have done the trick. Okay, we're good to go. So landing lights on. We'll go stage 1 flat. And let me just turn on some lights here. Okay, so everything is checked and set, and we are good to go. Rotate. start a right-hand gentle turn. Flaps up. Now we're going to disappear into cloud pretty quickly. But that's okay. Alright, so we're in this crazy cloud. We're just throwing us about all over the place. Alright, autopilot time. Okay. Not very pleasant out there at all. But never mind. My frame rates are good. Okay, I'm just turning that down in my headphones. It's pretty loud. So, guys, what I've decided to do, kind of off the back of the last video where I sped up the sequence of events by cutting and bringing you back at the top of descent, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do like a time. I'm going to try and do a time lapse. I've never done one before. So I'm going to see how that works. I might even, during the time lapse, try and put some music to it. I'm not going to go too crazy because, you know, there are some channels out there who do very slick things with video editing and stuff. I'm just not. I'm not that interested in it. I probably would, if, like all things, you know, if I spent time doing it, I probably would be interested in it. I just don't really have that time. Having said that, I'm fully aware that my videos currently are pretty unslick, so so I definitely need to do some work there, some editing. So you know, so that hopefully you'll see that happening over the next few episodes. But just bear with me because you know I've not done that kind of thing before. So any feedback, any help would be gratefully received. And it stopped raining. Lovely. Complete IFR IMC conditions. Can't see a thing. That's okay. Oh, by the way, it's kind of dawn time. We did the last flight was in at the night time, so we've had a good night's rest, and we set off at something like 10 past 8, something like that. So it's still kind of a bit dark and murky, and this weather definitely doesn't help. But so we should, ideally, be landing in blazing sun, or blazing daylight, I should say. Don't know if the sun will be out, but we'll certainly see. So yeah, much smoother frames. Look at this, so cool. Much nicer experience for you guys as well, hopefully. So coming up to 5,000-ish. So in the next video, guys, I need to get rid of these flying tips. I thought I did. It's so annoying. In the next video, I'll be revealing my bargain piece of hardware for your flight sim at home. And I'll put links in where to get them from. They might have even come down in price since I got mine. But I'll be talking about it, I'll be showing it off as much as I can. It's quite a tricky thing to show off, but you'll get the general idea of it. Yeah, it's... oh, right. Sorry, I'm going to have to... thought I did this, but... maybe I did. Maybe I deleted the config file and started again. Yeah, I might have done, actually. So, let's just get rid of all that. That should do it. Yeah, so looking forward to that when we arrive in La Rochelle. It'll actually be the next, obviously the next video from La Rochelle to wherever it is we're going. I've forgotten. Let's have a quick look outside, shall we? For some reason the landing gear view doesn't seem to be working very well. I need to double check that. I need to reset that view. But so far I'm absolutely loving Chase Plane. I think it's brilliant, and they're updating it. Seems like every day almost. New patches. There's also just been a new patch for SPAD, which has fixed a few things, and again, I really love that program. That just simplifies everything with these Saitek panels. It just works. You set up your profiles, and yeah, it just works. And not only does it work with like a okay, this is a GA aircraft, but it's quite a complex one with the autopilot. It works straight away, but it also works with PMDG 737, 777, much more complex aircraft even than this, obviously. And once you've got it set up, it does just work. It's absolutely fantastic. So loving it. Good job, guys. And the fact that it's just getting updated all the time is great, like Chase Plane. Two great products. And slightly miffed that I went ahead and got Rex Airport and then forgot that it was Black Friday, and now it's 50% off. Duh. So, yeah, slightly annoying. But nevertheless, a great product. Okay, so we're coming up to our cruise altitude, guys, so I think I will do a time-lapse from about this point. And what I should have done, which I've only just realised, is I should have timed the flight and made a note of where we are, so that I could have done that relatively easily. But alas, I haven't. I'm going to look at the map here, and we're just coming across to that bay. I'm just going to try and line up with the magenta line a bit, and just leaning out just to try and get maximum performance. And then yeah, hopefully time lapse. Now I did think about doing the time lapse from here, changing the simulation rate, but I'm going to do it in the editing software. I think it'll be a better result, and obviously then I can overlay music as well. So I'm gonna, why are we going higher than 8,000? Because for some strange reason I didn't press the altitude button. I thought I did. Anyway, we still go. Why are we still climbing? What on earth? Got itself in a pickle. We're above our assigned altitude and landing notes. Just don't tell the FAA, we'll be fine. No one knows. Apart from us. Look at that. Pretty nice. Okay guys, well I'm going to climb down to the correct altitude of 8,000 feet and then we're going to time lapse this from now and I'll see you very soon. Okay guys, welcome back. So we're just starting our descent now. We're 12 nautical miles out. That thumbs up there is just so that I know when to stop the time lapse. So I'm going to power down and we are going to start our descent. Okay. Just been reading through the emergency checklists for the Cirrus. Quite interesting stuff, actually. Amazing amount of safety features on this aircraft, including, of course, the ballistic parachute. If I could afford it, I think I'd have one of these. Very nice. Right, just going to speed this descent up a little bit. Oops. Where's it going? Okay, we'll go complete idle. Get through this cloud. Winds are looking pretty calm. Currently got a 14 knot crosswind, but we'll see how that fares out as we get a bit closer to the airport. So cool, we get the shaking of that shaking effect there on the tail. Very cool. Alright, I'm hoping we're going to cross the airfield at about 2,000. Oh no, what did I set? 1,500 feet. That's the idea. Hopefully we'll break through this cloud as well. Landing lights can go on. They should have gone on. This is looking a bit worrying. Oh, luckily we are just through the cloud there. So we've got the runway dead ahead. And we will land this way. I mean, we've got a very, very slight 5 knot. Be a slight crosswind, but nothing to worry about at all. So we'll just bleed off some of this speed. And pretty grey and dingy old day here in La Rochelle. We can lean, not lean, we can go fully rich. Okay, and we'll just have a little peek as we go over the airfield. Sure we can see it actually. Should be right. Should be just going over it now. Just be a passenger for a while. Pretty nice. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? There we go, there's the airfield down below. And the lighting looking pretty sexy, if I do say so. Pretty nice. Actually, we'll use this road as a bit of a landmark, because I think that's running pretty much roughly at the same angle as our... So we'll... It's not quite. Let's judge that. Actually, that's not the runway that... yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Anyway, let's jump back into the right seat. Or actually, the left seat. Okay. About there, I'll do it. I need to get into the habit of not using my hat switch and using my the mouse look so much more smoother, and therefore more comfortable for you guys. I've done it again. It's just an old habit. I've just really got into the habit of doing that. Alright, so we'll make... well, this will be a very rough circuit. That's alright. You'll forgive me. Well, at least the rain stopped for now. Bit. That'll do. Okay, so we can start our landing checks. So fuel pump goes on, seatbelts, harnesses secured, our landing lights are on, all of our lights are good to go. I think that's about it. We've leaned out. So we've just got our flaps to worry about on our base leg. Actually, we can start to slow this thing down now. So the base leg we want to be entering, I think, at 90 knots. I believe. I'm going to hand fly this once we reach that speed. Alright, so we've got one stage of flaps. We'll disconnect the autopilot. And we will get this show on the road. Bit of a base leg. One more turn, that should do it. We'll go full flap at this point. Nice, easy, gentle turn. Don't quite know if I've left it long enough. We'll see. Looks pretty bang on. Yeah, good stuff. Alright, and we're not too bad in terms of the glide slope. So with that, we'll just a very gentle 5-knot wind. So we're pretty good. Slightly dodgy visibility, but nothing too drastic. Alright, so slightly low now. So just increase 500 power. go. So just over the numbers, bringing the power back to idle, trying to keep on the centre line as much as possible. And down we go. Chug, 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 chug. Well, at least we know we're on the centre line. Makes such a huge difference having decent frame rates, I can't tell you. It really just makes life a whole lot easier, especially at that crucial moment. You can actually just feel, you can feel the airflow a lot more. You really can. I'm not, hopefully not sounding too pompous. You know what I mean? You know, you just get a feel for the aircraft more. And that's why one spends hours tweaking and buying new gear to try and get that experience, and all because we are limited by the software. Because actually the technology, the game technology out there, rendering technology, is absolutely incredible, and that's why you see, you know, games like GTA 5 or the new Battlefield, or you know, Titanfall 2. These are stunning games. I've totally messed up the parking here, never mind. Because they make full use of all the graphical, all the technological advances. Oops. And Prepared and FSX just don't. I did see a preview of X-Plane 11 last night. Squirrel released a video. He's on the beta testers and it looks absolutely gorgeous, so I'll definitely be checking that out. Also, Dovetail have announced the delay of their flight sim, which I'm kind of glad about, because we haven't seen anything, we haven't heard anything about it. It would be horrible for them just to release it and it not be what anybody wants. So I think they're taking the time to listen to us a bit more and trying to implement some of the things that we really want in a flight sim, like those things I've just mentioned, performance updates, just to get updated with the latest technology, and among other things, you know, the ATC being sorted out, traffic, all that sort of stuff. But anyway, here we are at La Rochelle, and let's do a shutdown, do a very quick one. So parking brake, fuel cut off, all our switches go off. And that is pretty much it, guys. So I do hope you have enjoyed yourself, and let me know about that time lapse. Hopefully it's worked out. Hopefully I've managed to work out how to do it. But yeah, it just saves you sitting through the kind of more boring parts, and it saves me having to talk relative rubbish to fill that time. So, and it makes the video shorter, which I think is a good thing. So hopefully you've enjoyed that, and don't forget, in the next episode I'm going to be revealing this game-changing piece of relatively inexpensive piece of hardware that you can buy for your home sim cockpit, whether you're flying like a full home cockpit or whether you've got a sort of setup like this, a kind of combination of the two. It's a really great add-on, so I'm going to go and get that set up again and show you